Hey, this is Richard Miller with Goldie May, and here's how Goldie May integrates with Storied.com. Storied is the new name for NewspaperArchive.com. They are one of the big three commercial newspaper websites in the United States. They've been around for years, but as of this year, their new name is Storied. So in addition to the newspaper content they've always had, you can also find new features like the ability to create a tree, upload your existing tree, add stories or photos, invite friends. It's much more of a social media experience, if I can call it that. So to check out those features, see the Storied YouTube channel or their website. Today I'll be talking about the newspaper content, which is where the integration from Goldie May happens. You can, of course, on their website search for a name and you'll be looking through their newspaper content. You can also browse by a state in the United States or the various countries for which they have newspaper titles. The various thousands of newspaper titles they have are available in the Goldie May search box. This is called the command palette. It's a subscription feature on Goldie May. So if you come up to this magnifying glass or hit Command K or Control K on your computer, you'll be searching through the various titles that are known to Goldie May. So for example, I could type in Storied to kind of filter down to all the Storied content. And then a country like Algeria, I'll see all the newspapers there. I could search for a state. I could add on a county. The order doesn't matter. So if I type in Adams County, now I'm looking at all the Adams County newspapers. I can also add in a year range. So if I know my ancestor lived in Adams County from 1900 to 1920, now those are the newspaper titles that overlap with that range. I don't need to know the range of the newspaper. I only need to know the range of my ancestor, and then that shows the overlap with those titles. So now I can just arrow down and just hit enter on any of those titles that I want to open up. And that's the way I can quickly jump over to a given title on Storied and then be searching directly in a newspaper that should be relevant to my ancestor because it's for the right time and place. Now, to take this a step further and make this potentially even easier, you'll want to check out the subway map and how the subway map hints integrate with Storied. So if you go over to the subway map, let me open up a project for Albert Russell. And then we'll go to the subway map. And here's the timeline for Albert Russell. The white dots are the facts from the family search tree for him. And just as a reminder, when you see a diagonal line like that, that means there's a period where we don't know where he was. So age 12, he's in Taylor County, Iowa. Age 17, he's in Adams County, Iowa. But for that 5-year period, we don't know where he was. Now, if I turn on hints, I'll see these elongated bars, which are newspaper hints. You'll also see one little circle there, which is a census hint for the 1915 Iowa State Census. But these elongated bars are the newspaper hints, and you'll see how they kind of overlap to try to give you, where could he be during that overlapping period. The newspaper hint bar extends out all the way till he's age 12, or 17 rather, with the possibility he may have been in Taylor County that entire time. And it also extends backwards all the way to age 12 in case he moved to Adams County at age 12. It's showing you that these various titles would have overlapped with the time period he was in Taylor County, Iowa. Okay, so let me go to, this happens to be an ancestor whose death date I did find on Storied.com in a newspaper. What I'd done is gone to this Adams County Free Press. If you click on the link, that will launch a search on Storied.com, pre-filling the years and the names for you. So it's pre-filled Albert Russell, and it's looking for the year range, 1935 to 1958. That's the period that overlaps with both the newspaper being there and our suspected time period that he lived there. So, quite a few hundreds of results have come up. As I scrolled through that and looked for evidence of his death, I did eventually find a death record, and then I went ahead and made a source citation for it, 1958, Adams County Free Press, and it was this page on Storied. Let me go ahead and open up that for you. The text was that words cannot express our deep appreciation, and it talked about the passing of Mr. Albert Russell. So that was the death record I found for him on Storied, and you can kind of scroll through here to see it. So that's how you want to use hints, is you'll just turn on hints, and as you're scrolling, or as you're just browsing through various ancestors on the subway map, you'll see these bars appear showing hints. And I'm trying to help you see, which newspapers might fit. None of the newspaper sites have all the titles. They have various titles from all around the country and the world. And Storied has quite good ones for small towns. They pride themselves on having coverage on lots of small towns. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that as you use the subway map and browse various of your ancestors with the hints turned on, you'll see various opportunities for browsing the newspaper sites for hints for your ancestors. So that you can try that out on Goldie May in the subway map, and then link over to Storied.com. So that's how Goldie May integrates with Storied.